What's up, guys? This is Joe Hatagra from Authentic African, and I need your help. So we're going to talk about it in a second. So if you wanna know how you can help me, then this is the video for you. All right. We are live. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Yeah, and we are live on this Twitch is the last platform. So today we're going to talk about what I need help with. This has been a conversation that I've been having with you all since I've gotten here, around what kind of live content I should be doing since I'm no longer on the continent, and now I'm reporting on news on two other different platforms. Right? We go live with African Stream every Monday. We went live with them earlier today, so we talked about the attempted coup in Burkina Faso. We talked about the attempted coup in the Congo. We talked about what's happening with President William Ruto going to the States, spending $1.5 million on a private jet that he rented from Dubai, and it should have cost $80,000 if he flew on KQ Airlines. So we talked about that. I go live with Sierra Leone's Killing It, talking about what's happening in Sierra Leone in particular. So the question is, what do I talk about here, right? And I've been thinking about this a lot because this platform had been a place to talk about what my experience is like in Africa. Well, I'm not in Africa anymore, right? I'm in the United States. Technically today I'm in Jersey, but generally I'm in New York, Brooklyn. And so, a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to shut down the platform. What do I plan to talk about? And so I wanted to use this, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, to give me your thoughts on what you think I should be doing, and then also present my ideas to you and get your thoughts, because I have some. So Susie Luke says hello. Phoenix Indigo says, not without a plan. You're savvy. You'll always swim. That is correct. When I say I came here without a plan, meaning I came without a plan on what I was going to go live about weekly. Generally I had an idea what I wanted to go live about on Sunday nights, or I'd wake up on Monday morning, come up with the idea then. And now we are in a different place because I'm physically in a different place. Shout out to Anne-Marie Harding. She says she's watching from London. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Let me know if you guys, I know obviously you guys can hear me, but where are you guys watching from? I always like to know where everyone's watching from. We got people on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and sorry, not Twitter, X. Okay, so here's where we are. I've been thinking about this long and hard, and I wasn't really sure exactly what direction to go in. But I think the easiest and the thing that makes the most sense is to interview people living on the continent and hear from them what their stories are like, whether they have a business or they've moved and they're creating content. People whose experiences are similar to mine or even different from mine. I've done that before. I've interviewed people before, but I think what I want to do is use this time to interview those people so you guys can ask your questions of them. You guys have had 2 years to ask me my questions. What was it like for me living on the continent and my own specific experience? Now I want to tell the experience of other people who've lived in the West, who've now moved to the continent of Africa. And this won't be exclusive to Ghana or Sierra Leone, because that was where I was. And so that's where I spent most of my time talking about. But now we have folks who've moved to Kenya. I know people who've moved to Uganda, and so South Africa even. And so I'd like to have them tell their stories, right? Ask them questions about what it's like to make that move, what they're doing business-wise, if they have any investments, what the transition has been like for them, if they have children, what it's been like for children in school, and just what overall life is like for that particular individual deciding to move from the West to the continent of Africa. And so likely that'll be one of the types of lives that you'll get from me during this particular time slot weekly. So that's the plan. And so you guys will have to let me know if you would like to hear those stories from people, like what it's like for people to have moved to the continent. I would still every once in a while get on and talk about things that are happening in my world. Like for instance, today, I have some updates that I can give you guys on things that I'll be doing in Africa, and how I've been making progress here in terms of being able to get closer to helping me reach some goals financially to help achieve some of those things. And so, I think it'll be important to kind of give you guys those updates. But at the end of the day, the platform is called Authentic African, right? And so we want to be telling the stories of people who are living an authentic African experience. Now, when I travel to the continent, of course, I'll go live from the continent and I can explain what my life is like at that moment in time and what is happening while I'm there. So you guys can get those updates in real time. Because at the end of the day, I do know at one point in time, the most of you joined to hear what my specific journey was like moving and what that experience, like what it was just like weekly, right? And I spent, a, a good portion of a year talking about like weekly what was going on in my life. So you guys will still get a chance to see that when I go, and I'm likely going once a quarter. That's my plan for a couple of weeks. We'll determine what countries and how long in the future, but that's the plan. And so that is what I'll be doing. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you guys have any ideas about what you'd want to hear from me? And that's for those watching live or those watching the replay. So I know there are going to be people watching the replay. Many more people watch the replay than watch live. So when you guys are watching this replay, I'd love to see in the comments what you guys would like to see from the platform. That's one of the groups of people that I want to talk to. And then we're also going to do more content on this platform at a different time slot. Like I will also be interviewing people who are African living in the diaspora, just not on this particular platform. Also, what I plan to do from time to time is go to African food, to African food restaurants. I also plan to go to different markets, different events that are happening that are centered around, the continent of Africa or the diaspora. So I do plan to do vlogs from different events and places that have these things going on. So, there's a couple of things that I have on the calendar for the summer that I'm planning to go to, and I'll be vlogging that experience. And then the same thing for, going into the fall, winter, maybe not so much. And then I have plenty of other content coming from the platform. So, those are the main things that I want to talk about on this platform and where I want to go with it. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you like all those options. So, like, just to recap again, on the live, I plan to interview people who have moved to the continent and what their experience is like. That's all over the continent of Africa, so it really doesn't matter where. I'll also talk about my experiences when I go to the continent on this particular live. Separately from that, I also do plan to go to events here in the United States. So whether that's in the DMV, that's DC, Maryland, Virginia, or in New York, or even in LA or Atlanta, wherever I am in the country, I do plan to go to events that are African centric and meet and talk to people who have moved from the continent to the United States and what their experience is like. And then also, of course, you'll follow my life in vlog form when I go back to the continent and whatever I'm doing there. So whether that's based around the house project, which is like there's a lot of progress being made there, and some of the other things that I'm doing, the business that I've started with social media agency there, and behind the scenes of what that might look like. So that'll be coming soon. And then also the other projects, the land that was purchased, we put up beacons, and we are now going to work to kind of, block off the land. It's 5 acres. So there's a lot of work to do to kind of delineate all the different corners of the property and the lines to the property. We're actually something in the ground. And then also then the process of farming there and all of this stuff that we're going to be doing there. So that's all coming. But when it comes to this live that is weekly, every single Monday, it's likely that you'll get interviews from people who are living on the continent. It won't be specifically about my life, which, that's why it's not called, the platform's not called Joe Hatago. The platform's called Authentic African, because we want to tell stories of people who are having an authentic African experience living on the continent. So that is where I need your help. Do you agree with those topics? And do you have any other things that you'd like to see from this channel. Going live, the day that we go live was based on the folks that have been joining the lives. I started going live on Wednesdays at first. And so, most people had said, if you can't do Wednesdays and you need to move to another day, the best day was Monday. And so I've gone live on Monday since then. That's since, May of 2021. We've been going live every week. And if we've had to miss a day, we will go live later in the week. But that's because you guys, said that's what you wanted. We've done different topics based on what you guys had asked about. People had asked about what it's like to be a family. And so we've done that with 2 different families. People have asked about real estate. We've interviewed multiple real estate agents, people who are in that space. And so, I'm calling on you guys to help me determine what makes the most sense for what we talk about on this platform, because it's as much your platform as it is mine, right? I mean, I'm just facilitating what you guys are looking for. That's always going to be the goal. And so we'll continue to do that as long as you guys tell me what you want, and as long as you feel like what we're doing is useful and helpful to you. So that's the plan going forward. So again, I said I kind of just gave the interviewing, my experience both there and weekly updates, going to different events, and food. So different African food restaurants here in the States. So if you guys are traveling to these cities in the States, if you're going to the DMV or you're going to New York, then you'll know what food restaurants are there if you want African food. So I went to a Senegalese restaurant, and the name is escaping me, but I have it all, like I caught it all on film. So in Harlem last week. And so these are all things that I'll at some point vlog and post on the platform, so you guys can see that restaurant and see what the food looked like and let you guys know what I thought about it. It was good. And so we'll do more of that. So that is the main thing I need help with. Separately from that, just wanted to give you guys an update. Since I've been back, I have been back a month, and almost exactly to the day. I think we're 1 day over a month since I've been back in the United States. So, and it has been an interesting 4 weeks or so. I've been in the process of applying for different roles. I'm a consultant with a company right now, and so I've been, this is the first full month with them. I gave them some deliverables in the first month, basically, strategy for what they should do in the first, moving forward as a business, and what kind of roles they'll need, and a bunch of other things. And then I've also been interviewing at different companies as well. And so that's coming along really well. So I'll have some announcements to make by the next time we go live. And so we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about how what I'm doing here will help me there. Because I also want to explain to you guys what I recommend people do if they're here and they're starting to build something there, what that process should look like. And just like I showed you guys what it was like for me first moving there, I want to show you what it's like for me now here, having the knowledge that I have. And as I go along and grow the business that I've built there, and build on the investments that I've made there, not just myself, but we have made there. And so that's the plan for this platform moving forward. So this is a short live. I mean, I don't really know if there's much else to say except that. I just wanted to make sure that I stuck to going live every Monday. This is Memorial Day, so many of you, especially living in the States, you guys are probably at barbecues or, making to-go plates on your way home from a barbecue right now. So you won't be seeing this until the replay, maybe later tonight or tomorrow. So but I just wanted to make sure I went live, regardless of whether or not it's a holiday in the United States. All right, so with that, I think we're going to draw this live to a close. If you guys have any questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer any questions, but it doesn't look like there are any. So as of right now, we will bring this thing to a close. And I need to get back to Brooklyn tonight too. So making sure I get on making sure I get on a bus at a reasonable time with the rainstorm as it was coming down. Yeah, I need to buy my ticket to get out of here. So, okay, so we got one person who has a question. Michelle Joyner says, hey Joe, been away from the lives for a while. Knew this day would come for you. Oh, me coming back to the States. Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me. That is something that many people have said. I was alluding to it for a while though. I was kind of alluding to the fact that I might be coming to the States at one point in time. I just needed to line some things up and make sure I had things, kind of already in motion so that when I came here, I could just accelerate what's going on there. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. And we'll walk you through that as time goes on. Okay. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you all. Oh, first of all, let me say this. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share this with anybody you know who is planning to invest, buy land, build a house on the continent of Africa. Anything I talk about in terms of my experience will be around that. And then I'll be talking to other folks about their experience living on the continent. And so if you know anyone who's thinking about it, I can give my thoughts about, what that process might look like and what it's looked like for me. All right. So with that, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, turn on notifications so you're notified every time a new video comes out. All right. Thanks for watching. See you guys all in the next video.